Hi guys, it's Carrie from Rockin' G Farm. Well, today on the farm, I'm doing one of my most favorite hanging baskets. So if you've been watching our channel for very long, you know I've done this last year and I absolutely love it. And I got this idea off of Pinterest years ago, but I've always wanted to do it, but didn't do it until last year, but we're gonna try again this year and just make it absolutely stunning. So what we are doing, we are going to be making a jellyfish hanger. And guys, when you have your garden parties and your garden tours, everyone is just going to be amazed at this hanging plant. And you're gonna go, oh, it was so hard, but it's really super, super easy. You just have a couple of things to do and then let it grow. So guys, if this is your first time joining us, thank you so much for joining my channel. We appreciate your views. And if you've not subscribed yet, you can subscribe for free. Just hit that subscription button. And then right beside that subscription button, hit the notification bell. The notification bell will notify you upload a new video. And yes, those are my roosters. I have tons of roosters. I live on a farm. And also you'll probably be hearing some mowing. Where we live, we don't mow with lawnmowers. We mow with full-size tractors. So yeah, you'll hear it in the background. That's my next door neighbor. Or for you, that would be somebody 4 blocks down. But yeah, that's my next door neighbor mowing. Guys, the first thing that you will need for this wonderful, wonderful jellyfish hanging basket is a hanging basket that connects. I was at a flea market or something and saw this and said, oh, this is what I've been needing to make my jellyfish hanging basket. So it is actually 3 coco coir baskets connected together, which I bet you could probably make them on your own if you got individual ones and just added them, connected them to each of the sides on your metal. Probably super, super easy. I didn't think about that. Yeah. Sometimes I don't think about the easy stuff. I think about the hard stuff. So yeah, that would be super easy. So just get you 3 coco coir baskets, whichever size you want, and then we're going to connect them together so they'll hang 1, 2, and 3. Okay guys, so I'm trying to take these old coco coir liners out and I'm pulling and I'm like, okay, why is it not coming out? Well, they've been zip tied in. So, hey, that's a good thing. If any of y'all have thought of that, you know, put it in the comments. Yeah, that's what I do. I never would have thought of that. Of course, now it's very hard to get it because it's not wanting to get in there. So I'm just going to kind of cut around the zip tie because I can't get the zip tie. It's so tight, I can't get underneath the zip tie to undo it. So we're just going to kind of cut around it a little bit. You know, nobody's going to see that after I have all those beautiful plants in there. And when they start growing and taking off, I'm going to be so excited. I am really, really excited about seeing this one again. I love this. Absolutely amazing. Okay, guys, I'm going to finish this up. All right, that took me a little bit more time than what I anticipated because these coco liners that were in these baskets were very, very thick, very, very strong. The coco liners that I was going to get at Lowe's, you could pick them up and you could actually see straight through the bottom. I mean, you could see there was hardly anything. Now I went to Home Depot and these are much, much better. You can't see through the bottom very well. There's some spots that you can. So what I'm going to do, since we are in hot, hot, hot humid weather, we can get up to 112 to 115 degrees some days, and everything just kind of in the June, July kind of turns brown because everything dies because it is so, so hot and humid. I'm going to put these on the outside so that they're beautiful, because we're making everything beautiful. And then I'm going to stick these old liners in the middle of those to give it extra water retaining ability, because if not, I would have to go out and water these probably 2 to 3 times a day in the middle of June, not June, but July, August. That's when everything here just kind of suffers, even the humans suffer. We kind of like, I don't want to go outside because it's way, way, way hot. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm actually not going to put the plastic liner in like I normally do. If you watched my last video, I went in with my coco coir liners for the front porch, and I put a plastic Walmart bag at the bottom. Of course, those were liners that I got from the Lowe's, and you could see through it. I was like, there's no way that water's going to be retained in this. But this way, I'm not even going to worry about the plastic liner. I think with both of these in there and the way how thick this is, even though it's discolored a little bit, it still is going to serve a purpose. We're just going to put the beautiful one on the outside and the ugly one on the inside, and watch our jellyfish pot grow. So let's go ahead and get this done so we can get this place up on the porch and start on our next project for today. And like, I couldn't get these undone. They would not come undone no matter how much I tried. I'm sure if somebody had a super hand strength, they could do that. I don't have a lot of hand strength, especially trying to push down with my thumbs and get all that done. Couldn't do it. So we're just going to go ahead and put this in. Let's put this one out first. They do have a little lip to go on the outside edge, which does help it stay in place better. And I do like that so that I can tell where I'm going and see if anything is a little bit lower than what it needs to be. So we're just going to go ahead and stick that in there. I am going to go ahead and cut off these tags right here. I'm watching my chickens because they're coming out of their chicken run area. Got to watch them, make sure that they don't get in my raised beds with my vegetables. So if I run, you know I'm getting the chickens out. I don't mind them coming out here and scratching. I just don't want them in my food. Okay guys, now I've got to go get my soil. Came all the way over here and forgot my soil. I will be right back, and we will start back on this, go take a drink, and we'll be right back. When you're planting pots, it's very important to give your plants nutrition. Just like you give your body nutrition, your plants need nutrition, especially if you're going to be potting in pots or hanging pots around your house. Just think about it, when you pour the water in, it waters your plants, but then it comes out the bottom of your pot. So therefore, it's not retaining any of the nutrients that you have in there. So you have to replace those nutrients. The best thing to do when you are starting out at first is give your plants the best start possible. And I love this. It's biotone starter, and it helps your plants get a good root system started. And then if they have a good root system, then they are going to blossom and perform very well for you. I also am going to use the Proven Winners premium continuous plant release food. It will continuously feed them throughout the season through the soil. It is activated by heat, so when it starts heating up in the summertime, this will start releasing nutrients into your soil so that your plants will be able to uptake your nutrients. One other thing that we have to do 3 things. We need to get the roots started, we need to continuously feed them, and we need to feed them throughout the week. Now, what we're going to do throughout the week, we are going to use a liquid soluble fertilizer, and I do have to say I like the Proven Winners water soluble fertilizer for my potted plants. And ornamentals, I don't put them on my vegetables or fruits just because that's not what I do, but I use this for all of my ornamentals. So let's go ahead and get started here. I do have a hard time finding the Proven Winners fertilizer, the continuous release, and the water soluble fertilizer. I also have problems finding the biotone, so I order it offline. Sometimes I've ordered it from Garden Answer because they were having free shipping, and then I also order it from Home Depot. I found it there. So we've got the fertilizer in there. So let's go ahead and put some biotone in here. Whenever I have any fertilizer that has like powdery fertilizer in there, I like to give it a shake because it does settle at the bottom, and we don't want just to have just the powdered form. We want all of those good stuff coming up and putting into our pots. Just give it a little stir around, not too much. We want it closer to the top. And let me pull that up a little bit. Looks like it's showing a little bit. There, a little bit better. Okay, so let me try to think which ones I want to do. Trying to decide if I want to do the Bordeaux at the top. Well, that's going to be this one. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that answered my question. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 of each. So let's decide. Do we want to do the Bordeaux at the top? Or actually, you know what? We are going to be using the Dicondra Silver Falls in these. The pink. I used the pink last year, the bubblegum. I really like this color with the Bordeaux. I think we're going to do those pink again, and we're going to do the Bordeaux in the other hanging baskets. 1, 2, and here's 3. I think 3 in that would be, I think 2 in that would actually be good, but I really, really want it to be big and poofy. So let's think. But I'm going to do 3. Let's go ahead. 3 bubble guns. Here we go. And these are the proven winners. Supertunia Vista bubblegum. It's award-winning, as most of you probably know. Bubblegum is one of the best petunias out there. It just goes absolutely nuts. So I'm so excited to be doing this and to be making our jellyfish with this, because this is going to hang over just amazingly. So as you can see, I am tilting the petunias towards the outside because I don't want them to go straight up. I want them to kind of hang over the edge, and they're going to mix into this one by hanging over the edge. They also are going to have some that go straight up, so that's going to fill up this whole top level. So let's get started on the other ones, and I'm excited. Are you excited? I'm so excited about seeing this. This is going to be so fun. So what we're going to do to make the trindles on the jellyfish, we are going to use Dicondra Silver Falls because they just grow crazy. They are just absolutely crazy, and they will fill this all up and make this look just like jellyfish tentacles. So I'm excited to see how this turns out, and I'll give you an update in a couple of weeks to show you how much it's grown, and then throughout the rest of the season. So guys, thank you for joining me here on the farm today, and why don't you try your hand at a jellyfish hanging pot? Bye, guys, and make what you have beautiful.